Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another UFC recap of UFC 168. Go to my MMA Facebook page where I did post a link so you can see the Anderson Silva fight. And to be honest, if you haven't seen the full fights, I would recommend you stop watching this video right now because I'll ruin it for you. Anderson Silva, we're going to go right from the top. Anderson Silva versus Chris Weidman was basically a one-sided beatdown. Anderson Silva came out there and he came out there very hungry, and he did not look like he was going to be bobbing and weaving and bouncing around, and he actually came to fight. And the bad part about that is Chris Weidman in the first round rocked him and had him stumbling around. So that is the thing. Is Chris Weidman that much better than what Anderson Silva is capable of doing? I don't think so. I think it's just, it could be Anderson Silva's age catching up with them. But I don't think Chris Weidman is that much better than Anderson Silva, especially not in the skill set, not in the stand-up. He might have heavy-handed punching and decent wrestling. He does not have great. I don't think if it would have went in the later rounds, like the fourth and fifth round, I don't think Chris Weidman could hang and bang. I don't really think he has the gas tank to last that long. Everybody's like, he beat him again? Well, basically, Anderson Silva lost by breaking his leg, and I've never seen somebody break their leg in the side of the octagon. That is crazy to me, breaking their leg. And to be honest with you guys, for the people who are nut-hugging on Chris Weidman saying he's the best fighter of all time, he's 11-0, he's going to be the unstoppable guy, I think his next opponent, Vitor Belfort, is going to whip his ass. I think Vitor has the skill set. Vitor's knocked out, who's he beaten in the last couple fights? Michael Bisping, Dan Henderson. He's beaten a lot of top dudes. And even though I'm not a Vitor fan, I want Vitor to beat Chris Weidman. I'm not a Chris Weidman fan. I respect that he beat him in the first fight. I respect that. But I can't give him the justifiable thing that he won this fight because Anderson Silva broke his leg. It was like Patrick Cote versus Anderson Silva when Patrick Cote blew out his knee. In that fight, the fight was stopped, and I think Patrick Cote was winning that fight up till he blew out his leg. But now we go to the Ronda Rousey fight. Why did Miesha Tate always try for these takedowns on Ronda, and she was getting slammed? That was the dumbest game plan when you're going up against a lady who loves to do arm bars and loves to do judo throws. You were basically going in there and getting thrown on your ass time in and time out. And she basically was just repeated. She said, well, I wanted to stand up and bang with her. But when you were standing up and banging, you would throw one or two punches and then go for a takedown. So I think Miesha Tate's game plan went out the water because don't ever try to take Ronda Rousey down. If you're going to do that, you got to worry about taking her down and getting in a dominating position quick. Because Ronda Rousey is a very aggressive fighter, always coming forward. She's very aggressive with the armbar, and she wins again by armbar. What, 8 times winning by armbar? That's crazy. I never know anybody who wins by the same consecutive move. And these women know that the only person that probably can beat her is Chris Cyborg, and Chris Cyborg is 145 champion over in Invicta. She needs to come to UFC, drop to 135, beat Ronda's ass, and people will be like, oh, Ronda's not the most stoppable person. Because everybody's looking at Ronda Rousey like she's the most unstoppable force. There will be a time when Ronda loses. That's inevitable. There will be a time when there is a fighter that comes that can hang and bang and beat her. But right now, Ronda Rousey's on a whole nother level. She's like the Anderson Silva of the women's division. Then you have over Travis Browne versus Josh Barnett. And a lot of people are underestimating what Travis Browne is. He's an underrated fighter because you never hear this guy. Who's Travis Browne? They don't talk about him really. Travis Browne basically took Josh Barnett. Josh Barnett was being very aggressive and coming forward and came in and shot for a double leg against the cage. And what happened is Travis Browne loves to be on the cage because he did this to Gabriel Gonzaga when Gabriel went to shoot him for a double leg takedown. He takes his elbows and lands him in the back of the head, like a ton of them, which a lot of fighters should be doing because this is a very effective move. He throws bunch of elbows, and basically knocked out Josh Barnett. And Josh Barnett is one of the world's best heavyweight fighters of all time, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't know that, you're completely dumb, because this fight, I was actually going to say, if it went more than the first round, I would have gave it to Josh Barnett, because he's a great wrestler, he's a great stand-up. I didn't give Travis all the credit that he deserves in this fight, but look what he's done. He's beaten Gabriel Gonzaga, he's beaten Alistair Overeem when Alistair Overeem was dominating him. He's beaten Josh Barnett. His next opponent, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be Fabricio Werdum, I think. So, with that being said, do you guys think Fabricio Werdum can beat Travis Browne? Right now, I think Travis Browne is on a whole nother level. I just think he's a light, I guess you could say, heavyweight. He comes in about like 220, 230, so he's light on his feet. And will he be able to beat Cain Velasquez if he can get to that title shot? I don't know if he has the ability to beat Cain, because Cain's on a whole nother level compared to what Travis is bringing to the table. And I think Vitor has a chance to beat Chris Weidman. And to me, the only fights I've ever seen Chris Weidman fight in were the Anderson Silva fights. Was I very, very impressed with what Chris Weidman has brought to the table? No, not really. I think Chris Weidman is a great wrestler and a decent stand-up artist. That's about it. I think if he would have went deeper into deeper water, he would have gassed out against Anderson. And this is not the last for Anderson. And if it is the last thing for Anderson, I want to say thanks for fighting. Thanks for coming out there, putting your ass on the line every time, going 16-0 in the UFC before your first loss. And Anderson Silva will go down in my mind as one of the two best fighters of all time. Number one being Fedor Emelianenko, number two being Anderson Silva. That's just my honest opinion. You got to give those dudes credit where credit deserves. So, before this video gets too long, I'll definitely talk to you guys next time. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you guys love UFC 168? Were you surprised that he broke his leg? Because that was the craziest shit I've ever seen, is a dude break his leg in the middle of the octagon. But I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.